Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. Check the description box below for tabs and backing tracks on my website, information about exactly what sound tools I'm using today, and all the links. Yo, okay, so the first thing before we start, our chord progression is D, B minor, E minor, A, and yeah, this is a Mark Spear tone tip. I highly recommend watching the Premier Guitar Rig Rundown with John Bollinger. John always does such a good job. Oh, the things I've learned. Mark always has a wah on. I'm using a Vox old, which one is it? It's like the early Clyde reissue with the phasal inductor, but you set your amp kind of dark, and then you leave your wah, you know, somewhere up near the top in the neck pickup, or I think he was using middle pickup, but his guitar is kind of special. But that's a big part of the sound. Versus off, or even bridge position pickup. So I have the amp set really dark. So a big part of his sound is actually his wah. This one has such a sticky switch, fussy switch. The main riff, or that iconic melody there. Oh yeah, that's why. Get back to neck pickup. This is D major pentatonic, so first Mark Spear-ism that I'm observing, at least with this song, major pentatonic. There it is, and again, me, I'm a cage zealot. Go to my website to purchase my courses or book lessons with me, all about this. But yeah, a lot of rock stuff is caged. That's a D, that's shaped like a C. Anyway, that's a 2 to a 4. Now, I don't like to call out fret numbers, so I'm just going to slowly play it. Now, notice the other Mark Spearism, grace note, hammer-on. So a grace note means that this hammer-on is not two notes. It's not that, it's one note. Plurp, plurp, that's a grace note. And it's really interesting. He'll go back and forth between hammer-ons that are hammer-ons or grace note hammer-ons. And to be fair, it's a little interchangeable depending on your vibe. Because, you know, it's instrumental guitar music. You're allowed to take those liberties. So I'm going to play it. That's the first phrase. Next phrase. The third phrase. So it's all out of this D major pentatonic. It's weird. It's like, it makes perfect sense. It's a very catchy melody. And yet when I'm looking at it on my transcription, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It does and it doesn't. Does that twice, and then we have the next little section where Laura changes what she's doing. She's like going up. So that's more like a D, E minor, F sharp minor, back to E minor. So that's like a 1, 2, 3, 2. And then his phrase is still major pentatonic, but it's out of this version that I hope we know. Kind of based around that D, or you can, you know, if I was going to be caged, I would say that one. Tuning break. Winter. Oh, no, it's fine. So then we're out of this kind of middle position of D major pentatonic. Another grace note hammer on here. There's that kind of walking up phrase. And I'm going to use this middle finger, classic rock style. that's such another Mark Spearism. I like to call these things fiddly-doos. That's just a classic R&B thing to do. Still, though, still D major pentatonic. This song, at least, is very much, the melody is all D major pentatonic. You know I love that. I love pentatonics, minor for minor chords, major for major chords. And I mean, I think that's part of what makes this song so catchy is pentatonics. Pentatonics is the oldest scale. It's been around the longest. It's the scale that we tend to sing if we don't know anything. There's a Bobby McFerrin clip about it, actually. Anyway. One more time. Again, I'm seeing this D chord now. And then a little. That's the phrase. The opening lick, B minor, with some tremolo picking, E minor, with some tremolo picking. And so tremolo picking, definitely don't cross flat with the pick. Let me see if you can see it this way. I'm crossing more on the sides, like that, diagonal. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of dark there. E minor. Now, the third and fourth times through that B section, they do a very clever, very tight, very slick kind of retweaking of the rhythm. They're like, instead of just a slight syncopation. Again, you can get away with that when you're a really good three-piece instrumental band. You're like, yo, let's switch it up. It's so slight, but yeah, and DJ on the drums kind of messes with you there. He kind of flips the beat around also, so it makes it seem like something really weird is happening, but it's just a slight resyncopation of the melody with the drummer being really good. And then I'm kind of cutting up the arrangement of the song a little bit because it does actually just go right back around to the front, but like mutier. But I'm like, hold on, I want to show the other thing. This is the hardest part of Mark's playing, is that he switches to. He switches to octaves, which are very hard to get clean like that. He's got bigger frets on his guitar, big round frets, flat wound strings, which definitely makes it easier to get the octaves. I also made sure that, yeah, this is my guitar that has the biggest, roundest frets. This Carl Longbottom's custom guitar. I think I forget what they are. You can look up the specs online, but they're, yeah, a little bit bigger. They're not like jumbo, but they're medium jumbo, and they're nice and round, and I got the action real low because, yeah, it's going to come around. I go, that 9 to 11 there's major pentatonic. And what I'm spotting here is major pentatonic notes, 16, 14, because there's the D major pentatonic there. But the crazy thing with octaves is you spot the lower note really well, and you just have to really trust your hand that you're like, yo, Pinky, you know where the octave is? Yeah, over there on that whatever the heck fret that is. 15, 17, 19. And yet that note in the middle is muted out. Break it down. So if let's just look at the index finger. Again, still the same melody, just in octaves. So I would do that first, get the index finger knowing exactly what's going on. And so octaves on the G string are going to be two frets between. When you're on this one, they're one fret between because, tuning of the guitar. So you have to really be slow, 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 slow about practicing this. I practiced this real slow. And for me, the king of octaves, or where I learned about this first, was actually going back to Wes Montgomery. Wes Montgomery, one of the icons of the instrument. You got Django Reinhardt, you got Wes Montgomery, but I remember years ago learning OGD Road Song. Didn't play that well today, but I don't care. But I'm sure Mark knows that too. I'm sure he knows his stuff. He is an encyclopedia of classic jazz and R&B. And so that, again, really just practice it so slow. And that's one of the things I love about Khruangbin and Mark is there's some really amazing technique and really great playing, but it's not, it's not fast. It's all in the touch and the song and the feel and all that other stuff. All the other stuff that can matter just as much as speed. And he does a really spicy thing once you get it to put in that little, with the reverb. It's just a rake up and then a thump back. And it's funny, in the room right now, I don't have reverb. I use my Valhalla Vintage Verb as a plug-in. Now, other parts of the song that I'll include on the tab, there's that other section where there's like a walk down, like a G down to F sharp to E minor to A. I think that's like a C, the C section of the song. We call that, by the way, in music, they use rehearsal letters. There's the A section, there's the B section, and then there is the third section, the C section, which is pretty similar to the B section. That's going to be included in the tab also. And then there's the little awesome walk up at the end. Which is super cool. It's just they were going through the progression D, B minor, E minor, A, and then you hear Laura start to do a walk up. She's starting on F and just chromatically going up until they get back to D. And so Mark is actually just doing A, B, C, D, or A, B flat, B, C, D flat, chromatically up. So you could go till you get to that C sharp and then jump to this D9 way up here. I watched, about 5 different clips of them playing it. Which, D9 is just that 5 4 5 5 way up the octave. But to review the main takeaways from this Khruangbin song, that trick with the wah-wah to be in a dark amp in your neck pickup and leave your wah on to get that. It's bright now. With like a weird kind of attack to it. Like, watch the Premier Guitar Rig rundown. You see John Bollinger who'd be like, "What?" And I had the same exact response too. I was like, Oh, yeah, what a good idea. And then the other thing, grace note hammer-ons versus hammer-on. That's a hammer-on. This is a grace note. That's such a thing. Super cool. Thanks so much to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do. Even if it's just clicking like and subscribe, it keeps me in business with the algorithm relevancy. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.